Obsidian has been very careful in what they have showed the world in their trailers, but what we have seen has been nothing if not mind-blowing, over-the-top action. We had an opportunity to go even further at E3 2019 with a special screening of never-before-seen gameplay footage. We definitely know the kind of humor we can expect, and given that the team at Obsidian worked on the early Fallout series, we loosely know the kind of gameplay we are in for. But what about what they are bringing to the table to make it stand out from its predecessors? What makes The Outer Worlds this fascinating draw for gamers in the hopes for the next wild and fun first-person shooter? Here are 6 new features we didn't know before about The Outer Worlds. We knew since the first trailer that The Outer Worlds would feature at least a few planets which were settled and owned by major corporations, often leaving the settlers to fend for themselves like the Old West. We now know that one of the planets, Monarch, was the first of the worlds in that system to be colonized and terraformed. Their plan was to terraform the atmosphere and let the process wipe out all life on the planet. Nice and simple. Although things didn't go as planned. Life, as they say, finds a way and not only survives, but grows bigger, meaner, and has a fairly large hatred for humanity. With most of the corporations feeling the planet was now worthless, they abandoned it all save for one, the Monarch Corporation, who bought the planet and renamed it after themselves. The classic conversation tree returns from the Fallout series with a wide variety of dialogue options that feel very unique and generally fit into the path of hero, villain, or psychopath. NPCs will react appropriately to your responses in a believable manner, and it feels much less like a generic nameless hero as these options let you spice up your character in a new and different ways than we weren't able to before. For those of you old enough to remember the original Fallout games, it was possible to have an intelligence rating so absolutely terrible that you could respond in conversation with the dumb options, in which you spoke slowly, with little eloquence, and often said something so stupid or unrelated that other characters often took pity on you for your own diminished capacity for communication. It was something funny to see in a game about the apocalypse, and Obsidian could not pass up the opportunity to do it again. That's not all, of course, as stat-based conversation options will also arise, such as intimidation or charm, but these are reflected in their own individual stats as you build your character. You might have a smooth talker who simply can't seem mean, or a bruiser that wants to smash everyone he meets. There's plenty of options to go around. When the new trailer tells you that you could be anyone, you really could be anyone. The Outer Worlds doesn't just offer up options in their dialogue menu, and accepting a mission does not mean you have to see it through to the end. At least, not the way you started it. In the gameplay we saw, the player was hired to assassinate a gangster's natural enemy, a rival gangster. Not only did the game offer multiple ways to address the mission based entirely on the wide variety of available skills, but encountering the target gives you several options on how to proceed, such as murdering them immediately, talking to them first and then killing them, attempting to barter a peace between them, or switching sides and killing the person who hired you. We were assured this was only one example of the hundreds of opportunities for your decisions and playstyles to design your character. The Outer Worlds is still at its core a first-person shooter, and in that vein, players need to have options to customize and build their playstyles to suit their character. The game includes something of a staple feature in which aiming down sights can allow you to slow down time to line up the perfect headshot. This is explained as a side effect of unnaturally long hypersleep, cryosleep. It may not necessarily be innovative, but explaining it away and making it an upgradable feature is pretty cool. Did we also mention when looking through a scope, you'll be able to see what effect shooting a body part will have? Whether it's an insta-kill, a stun shot, or a crippling shot, you'll know what to expect when you pull the trigger. The leadership tree in the Outer Worlds will allow you to not only recruit allies for combat, but enhance them with their own skills and powers. From what we saw in the demo, they remain ever present in conversation and only appear on the field when combat begins, meaning they won't be in the way or get stuck on a door somewhere and need saving. Their AI looked impressive, and their witty banter and dialogue was inspired. Remember those conversation abilities like intimidation and charm? Your equipped companions can add their own stats to yours to increase your power and try to make your persuasion all the more effective. Whether in a gunfight or an argument, backup truly has got your back. And that's our list. What do you think of these additions to the Outer Worlds? Are you as pumped as we are to play it in October? Let us know your thoughts on Facebook, Twitter, or the comment section below, and be sure to keep it locked on COGconnected for all your E3 news.